Yeah, so we are live. Hey Josh, we're live. Your mother is out there, Eileen Chernoff. She's out there watching. She told me that she wanted to make sure that you know that she knows you're going to be watching tonight.
I didn't follow anything you just said there. I was busy.
Oh, well, she's down in Florida, so want to send. So Bill Apter down here at Apter's Alley. Welcome to the only video magazine podcast anywhere in the world. And my left-hand man here, because he's my left hand, is Good Young JS. So I gave him that name because in the contract here, it had said that since you signed it, that I could give you a stage name. So instead of good old JR, I've got Good Young JS.
Well, I'm gonna have to have my attorney take a look at that, because that is, I don't recall that being in there. What is that? Section 7B52? What does that even mean?
Third page. Host can give character name to co-host.
What was his name again?
Good Young JS, Josh Chernoff.
Well, you know what?
Good old JR made a great living off of that name, didn't he?
And you know what? Isaac Yankem and the Ringmaster,
yeah, they
had crazy success after being saddled with absolutely terrible, awful names. So maybe this can be the precursor to my my superstar.
We don't do any cursing here. This is PG. We cannot do that.
It's gonna be PG-13 if you keep calling me that name.
So welcome back, everybody. It's great to see you all, and lots of stuff going on today. First of all, the main thing I want to talk about. There's a lot going on in the wrestling world, and if I can find my my phone here with my notes on it, where did that go? Good old JS.
I believe you're holding it.
Good. No, I'm not holding my phone.
Oh, your phone. I thought you said your notes.
No.
Oh, your phone's down there.
What is it doing down?
I don't know.
Watch this. So I'm the host.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind?
Oh my.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
People might get. No. I get it. People.
That's right. Can you bring that over?
Yeah.
It looks like that's.
Yeah. Oh, you can bring that over.
We'll try to do that.
Yeah. Wait till you people see this. Wait till you see this. Plus, you saw my comb over just now. By the way, somebody mentioned to me that there were a lot of people joking about my comb over, and it's still there. But respect the comb over.
Well, if it respects me.
Perhaps, but you
know what I found on the ground while we were looking for your phone?
What?
I found, I guess this is your, is this your max weight for when you're doing
curls?
curls?
That's my mini show
right
to
there?
The people out there. Yeah.
There it is.
Definitely.
We're having fun here, folks.
We are. Show them
What is this?
This is an original PWI Skyflyer. This is when Frisbees first came around and I was working at PWI.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's got to be worth something. You want me to hold on to this for you?
No, hold on. I'll be right back. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to So Says Chernoff. This is, what is happening here? Okay, got it.
Good catch. All right. So Says Chernoff. Respect the comb over. All right. Anyway, we're back. Lots of stuff going on, but I have big news for you fans in the, and I think you saw this on Twitter from Kayfabe Events.
I did. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, hey, yo, I don't have a toothpick here, but I have been signed at least for 2 out of the 4 or 5 days to be part of the Scott Hall. Yeah, Razor Ramon, man. His UK tour. By the way, I want to tell you something about Scott Hall.
Please.
I know him and I knew him really well, and you never can predict what Scott Hall is going to do. One time, one of the other people from the magazine office, our publicist, went to a convention, and he comes back with a picture of Scott Hall, and he said, Scott Hall wanted me to give this to you. This is Primetime Magazine days, and it said, if you don't put me on the cover of your effing magazine, I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh.
He's still the same way. But a tough guy, bad guy, but you can come meet the good guy. I'm going to be doing my one-man show for Kayfabe Events. If you go to their Twitter at Kayfabe Events, you can find out all the information.
What's the date? What's the date?
Well, hang on. This is coming up. It's going to be the week before Thanksgiving. The people in Britain, if you don't know when Thanksgiving is here, that comes up in November. So, okay, let me call up the actual Twitter feed here.
All right.
Oh.
Are they flying us out first class or what's happening here?
Us?
I'm your partner here. I'm your co-host.
I know you're my co-host, but that doesn't include I'll talk to you about a tour that you might be on shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
More like it.
So let's see right now. Go to Kayfabe Events on Twitter, and only because I'm having some freezing Verizon problems here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right, hang on a minute. Richard Bain. How many people have we? Names. People. While I'm looking for
Richard Bain.
Yeah.
Bill, do you remember the Tommy Rich versus Ric Flair angle?
Well, we will ask Tommy Rich that. How well do you know?
We have Jim K's 1 is requesting that we be TV 14.
So we can say where it's like crap.
Oh, you said ass earlier.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Well, that was Billy Gunn. Okay, so this is the official Kayfabe Events Scott Hall tour, and simply put, Scott Hall has one hell of a story to tell, and I've got my one-man show. You haven't seen this yet. Is different than any other one-man show. It's variety, it's special guests, it's contests. Actually, one of the contests that I do, I'm going to try you out on before the show ends tonight.
I'm petrified.
You should be.
All right.
This is going to work. So the 2018 tour dates and venues that Scott Hall and I and several other talents will be on is Wednesday, November 14th in Cardiff. Do you know who is born in Cardiff, Wales? One of my favorite singers.
No, who?
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Never heard of it.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones was
born. He's born in Cardiff.
Oh, it's good to know.
Yeah.
Thursday, the guy who works at the pizza place.
No, different guy. Thursday, the 15th in Manchester. Friday, November 16th. This is when I joined the tour in London at Stanley Halls.
In London?
Stanley Halls. Now, my favorite Stanley from England was, do you know who Stan Laurel was? Laurel and Hardy, the comedy.
Of course.
Thing? So Stanley Halls, I can walk in there and go.
I'm going to give you this one.
All right.
That wasn't bad. That was pretty.
Right,
that was actually pretty good there. I get it.
And that's going to be at the Sussex County Cricket Club. No, I'm sorry. On Saturday, November 17th, the town is Hove, Hove, an all-day event, and it'll be at the Sussex County Cricket Club. So I'll go to Kayfabe Events on Twitter, and if you don't have my book, very good. This is why he's a co-host.
I'm learning.
If you don't have my book, go to Amazon UK, get a copy of my book, and bring it, and I will sign it gladly for free. I may have some copies there, but bring it. All right. Now the other thing, talking about you wanting to go to one of the shows and be assigned to one of the shows because you're not on the British tour. So what are you doing Labor Day weekend?
Oh, probably the usual. Maybe a barbecue, maybe a little labor.
Really?
Weekend? Yeah.
You're not all in?
What?
All in.
Could I be all in? Could a guy like me be all in?
I would like to give you this as your press credential. Hold it up. As your press credential for now being assigned by OneWrestling.com and OneWrestlingVideo.com to cover All In for our site.
Well, I'm going to have to be a lot nicer to you after something
you
like
really
that.
are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I could not be more excited.
All of a sudden.
That is fantastic. And I get this t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. We're going to have to work that out.
Oh,
There's another clause in the contract regarding t-shirts.
You know what, kids? Don't ever sign contracts without reading them.
Look behind
you. There it is.
Yeah, but no. I would love you to cover to be the guest of. Actually, I spoke with Conrad Thompson, the man who is the maven of Starcast, and he told me. I told him I'd like to send a reporter, and he said, "Well, that guy Josh and I've been talking, so He said, "Can you bring him?" I said, "Sure." So we will arrange your transportation, and you can bring a video camera.
I will.
Actually, it's right there. Bring it over. Bring it over. This is what I use to record all my interviews, and I've got 2 or 3 of these. So
that's fantastic.
We'll have to put it. We'll have to put a. We'll have to put some battery on that. Okay, so you are all in.
I'm all in.
Yes.
Thank you.
You like your name?
It's fantastic.
Good Young JS.
It's growing on me. Yeah, like mold.
Yes. That's not the only thing that's growing on you here.
Oh, pardon. There it is.
Jeez, how did that get down into Apter's Alley? All right.
That was my dinner.
So I want to talk right now about. We've got to get to our guest Tommy Rich fairly soon. So before we get into so much other stuff, we need to find out who this week's Wrestler of the Week is. And to do that, as you know, we go every week to Ryman Bowman. Sounds like a Jerry Lewis name, doesn't it? Ryan Bowman at the Gorilla Position, and which is one of my favorite websites in the whole world. And his partner is Michael Melchior. We're going to have Ryan on maybe next week to let us know how to pronounce it.
I'm Ryan Bowman from thegorillaposition.com, telling the stories of pro wrestling storytellers, here with this edition of the Apter Video Podcast, Wrestler of the Week. Since entering WWE 7 years ago as Alexander Rusev, the Bulgarian Brute has been a bit of a curiosity for fans.
Choice.
Possessing the mat skills of a grappler and the strength of a powerlifter, he was dubbed for immediate success. However, after sticking around in the mid-card and seemingly getting lost in the shuffle the last couple of years, the former United States champion found out he no longer needed factions or folly to catch fire. He simply needed the fans. In an organic, almost grassroots uprising, the Rusev Day phenomenon has pushed the former prospect to the edge of a long-awaited title showdown with WWE World Champion AJ Styles.
That time, right?
After earning his shot last week, Rusev kept that momentum going as he defeated New Day member Xavier Woods. Perhaps not since Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement have we ever seen the crowd anoint a wrestler in such a vociferous way. But Rusev, normally a performer who might be hearing boos, has found a spot in the hearts of the WWE fans with his eccentric personality and his entertaining entourage of wife Lana and sidekick Aiden English. For this career resurgence, his victory over Xavier Woods, and most of all for capturing the imagination of the WWE Universe, Rusev is this edition's Wrestler of the Week.
That's a great choice, Ryan. And
I agree.
By the way, I do want to correct something just in case. Ryan did say that he's hearing boos. It's not B-O-O-Z-E.
Oh.
B-O-O-S.
Maybe he's hearing somebody crack one open.
The people of his nationality like to have a drink every once in a while, right? Like smoke.
Now we're
Russian
getting
and booze and Smirnoff and
even Chernoff.
Right? What's that?
Chernoff vodka.
There's a Chernoff vodka?
Yeah, Bruce Pritchard was drinking it the other week.
I didn't. You come from a long line of salad people, don't you?
I do. Chernoff salads, best potato salad and coleslaw, macaroni salad you've ever had in your life.
Yes, really. So right now when we talk about the best, for a time in history, Tommy Rich was one of the best. And for quite a while, he was the best. And some fans have said to me, well, and I've seen him at a lot of the conventions, some fans have said to me, he's bitter about a lot of things that happened to him. So let's get him on the line and let's see if he's bitter.
I think some people have questions for him too. I'm going to take a little look at
We're going to definitely go through that. That's what not to press. He was due at 7:15.
Well, it's only 7:14.
We may have to try him again. If not, I do a great Tommy Rich imitation. I will be Tommy Rich.
Okay. That sounds good. And I'll be you.
Hold on.
Please leave your message for...
Oh, wait a minute. I never let people go. So, should we text him?
Tommy Rich
snubbed
us.
Really? No, I talked to him last night. I talked to him last night. He said, hey, Bill Apter, I'm ready anytime you are.
There you go. You just cover this up and people think it's him.
So, now wait a minute. Let me, this is live TV. So, why don't you read some of these out loud?
All right.
We'll, should we go to the top? And I'll answer these while I'm trying to text Tommy Wildfire Rich. And, oh, there, it's him.
He's calling back.
Boy, you got me scared.
I'm sorry, man. My phone, I couldn't find my phone. I heard it ringing. I couldn't find it.
Oh, well, we're live right now, Tommy Rich.
Well, what's up, my friend?
Well, I'm all right, and I'm sitting here with my co-host, Good Young JS. Not good old JR, but Good Young JS. Would you mind saying hello to him?
Hello.
What's up, Good Young?
How are you, Tommy Rich? It's an honor.
I'm doing great tonight, man.
So, Tommy Rich, you and I, we had the pleasure of seeing each other at Legends of the Ring just a few weeks ago, and in New Jersey. And you were reunited with your old FBI partners. But somebody wrote to me and they said, where was Big Sal?
Big Sal. He wasn't with us, man. Big Sal was before us.
Yeah,
he was the original. Yeah. Big Sal was the original.
Did you know that?
I remember Big Sal carrying.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
By the way, mentioning that, Terry Lynn said thank you for the pictures.
You got the pictures. I sent for you people watching this. I found some slides. Slides are an old. Tommy, I have to explain what slides are now. Slides are 35 millimeter slides when you used film. Was before digital. Go to Google, look it up. Oh, you're very welcome. How old was your baby there?
Good gosh, I was young.
How old is she? How old is she now?
Which one of babies is in that picture?
No, one of you.
Yeah. Oh, that's my oldest one. How old is she? 35.
Okay, 35. My goodness. All right, so let's get into action here. Some of the things we want to touch upon in your career. One fan said to me that. And again, these are questions that people have asked me during the week to ask you. One fan has said, is Tommy Rich bitter that he never wrestled in the WWF? So what do you say to that?
Well, I had two different opportunities. Roddy Piper had me booked twice, and I loved the South, man. I just couldn't move. You know, I got a job with Aunt Uncle one time, you know, and so I stayed here. In the South, man. I'm just Southern born. I guess I'll be Southern dead when I die.
So once you saw the writing on the wall that WWF was taking over Atlanta, were you surprised at that whole turn of events? Because everybody sat in front of their TVs at 6:05 every Saturday night. We're all there together watching World Championship Wrestling, and then this promotion from back east came in and took over for a little while. What was your reaction about all that?
Well, I think it hurt the business because I think, once he did that, he had a monopoly on the business pretty much. And you got to have competition. I believe you have to have competition. Yeah. That's what makes wrestling. That's the reason the wrestling fans love it, because it's competition. And then when he cornered the market, I think that it took a big shot then. And like, it's a new day in wrestling to me. I mean, I'm old school.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, and so I mean, God bless these new guys, and good luck to them. But God bless old school too, man, because I've done it for 40 years.
I know.
And there ain't no wrestling fans like the old school wrestling fans, because these guys today, they won't remember them 40 years later. Here today, I'm still getting booked because of wrestling fans that still remember Tommy Rich that hadn't been on TV in 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
I do. And, that's one of the things I wanted to mention to you is that there's a group of people that in the days when you were a superstar and you were a major superstar, but they keep getting booked not just at conventions, but to still get in the ring every once in a while. I mean, Jerry Lawler is a perfect example of that. He's never stopped wrestling, and he said, why stop? And you keep going too. Tell us why you keep going, Tommy.
Well, I'm still, I still enjoy it. I still love going, and especially when you get to run across some guys that's been around for a minute, like on the conventions and stuff like that. But still, just the wrestling fan. I mean, it's a blessing to still be. I mean, to be able to know you go somewhere and people come to see you, 40 years later. I mean, That's a blessing,
great?
and thank God for them, you know. Yeah. And that's just, I still have love, you know. I still love it, you know. I really do. I still love it.
I know you do. I saw when I was at that convention with you, the fans, and you had long lines of fans. The fans that were coming up to you, and just the memories of not just seeing you on TV, but you were a cover boy on the magazines for a long time, many years.
Shoot, I mean, it's like, I mean, just, I mean, and like you too, though. Like, I mean, you put me on all your magazines and stuff. I mean, it was a joint effort. And I was just so blessed to have been where I was. I mean, even the guys I wrestled with, you know, they all took me under their wing and took an interest in me. And, you know, I've just been, you know, this business ain't been nothing but good to Tommy Rich.
Well, you know, it's fun. It's funny because you were on fire in the magazines too. You're just Wildfire, which is what
the question that I had. I was wondering if you could maybe tell us where the nickname Wildfire came from.
Tony Atlas gave me that name one day on Atlanta TV. Really? He said that Tommy Rich is just like a wildfire, talking about how fast I moved in the ring.
Huh. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, I don't think anybody knew that.
I have another question. Do you think, what would you think fans as a whole remember of your career? I know a lot of maybe the younger fans remember, you know, the FBI in ECW. But do you associate more with that when you go to these conventions? Do you think the fans are seeing you more as that part of your career, or maybe the versus Harley Race part of your career?
The Harley Race part, yeah. I mean, like up north, everybody remembers the FBI, but in the South, I mean, you know, the FBI, whatever, you know, ECW wasn't here very long. So, you know, it just, you know, and then of course my run in Memphis is a bad guy with Lawler. A lot of folks remember that.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Georgia days is what most folks remember.
Okay, that's interesting though that it's also depending on where you are.
Yeah, what age?
What age range? Yeah, which I think speaks to the body of your career. Yeah. The fact that all these different ages can have all these different memories, and all people from different locations can have all of these different memories.
But Tommy Rich, whenever we put you on the cover, the magazines always sold, and there was one cover that sold to this day. The guy, if he was still alive, Stanley Weston, who published the magazines, to this day, if he was still alive, he'd probably be rolling in the joy that he made a lot of money on that issue. And that was that big face shot I took of you, and when you turn bad guy, and we put the headline on, Tommy Rich says, "The fans can go to hell." Yeah, I
remember that.
You took a lot of heat for that from the fans, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yeah, because that's the first time that was before the TV. You know, the TV's overlapped. You know, that's the first time the fans in Georgia and around the country ever seen that. You know, in Tennessee, they all knew I was a bad guy in the Tennessee territory, but nowhere else they knew that. And when that one hit the stand, it was big news.
That was worldwide.
I have another question. You were talking about heat. You talked about being old school. Do you think something's missing from wrestling today? The fact that you were there at a time where a heel wasn't afraid to get some real heat. Yeah. Do you think that, because I don't see that as much nowadays, and of course, totally different business in some regards.
It's a totally different business.
Yeah, but you still got to have good versus evil.
That's right.
You know, you got to, you know, you can't be an in-betweener. Everybody wants to be an in-betweener. They don't want to shake hands with the fans, but they don't want to be a bad guy either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody knows who they are, I think. You know, and I think, you know, since the Cowboy and Indian days, and I mean, like, even with football, you got rival teams. I mean, you know, if you're playing in Atlanta, playing the Denver Broncos in Atlanta, well, they're the bad guys. So it's always been good versus evil.
That's right. That's what drew people into the ring. And when we talk about good versus evil, probably the hottest battles I had seen back in those days down south was you against Buzz Sawyer. And of course, it culminated in the last Battle of Atlanta, which is now on the WWE Network. You can actually see there. What was it about the chemistry with you and Buzz Sawyer? You talk about good versus evil. You had the pretty boy, Tommy Rich, against this wild mad dog. Tell us a little about that, Tommy.
That was definitely good versus evil. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely good versus evil. Like Buzz, boy, he was just, but he was an animal, and I mean, to wrestle around Luke too, so the same guy 2 years. I mean, there was something there. People loved to hate him, and they must have loved to love me because, I mean, we run around for 2 years solid all over the country.
You sold out everywhere.
Sold it out. Yes, sold it out every time. Then we come to Atlanta, did the last Battle of Atlanta, sold it out. Created WWE Hell in the Cell. You know, it was first. Ours didn't look quite like theirs, but that was the first one.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Even when you guys went to the smaller towns, people were lined up for blocks trying to get tickets if you and Buzz Sawyer was the main
all the way
event.
around the building, yeah. Well, when we was going to West Virginia and all up through there, man, when we first started going to Ohio, it was just, we were like rock stars back then.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely. Now, one of the questions I never knew the answer to, and now it's years and years later, and the NWA title, which was the most prestigious title in the world at that time, you beat Harley Race, and it only lasted for a few days. What happened at that point? Because to me, you should have been champion for a few years.
Well, back then, you know, that and Harley had a lot to do with that, and me getting the strap. And I mean, I don't know what the whole overall plan was, but that was a lot of responsibility too. This is what I think happened. I just think they voted, thought that was a bad idea, whatever. I mean, but I was a 21-year-old kid, and that's a lot of responsibility. Go town to town every day, city, you know, and you know, I mean, to be honest with you, I really got the answer. That was a wild-eyed Southern boy that probably didn't need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know.
Yeah, because that was great. You know, we played that up in the magazines, and well, to me, but I didn't realize you were only 21 at the time, and the other champions had that maturity factor at that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I was still a kid, you know, and I was a kid in the man's game, and then a kid that slipped on the banana peel and won the world title, man.
That's great. That's great.
It may not have lasted too long, but they can't take it away from you.
So one of our fans here, Jammin' Musician, said, Tommy, I'll be seeing you this weekend at UCW Wrestling here in Georgia. Tell us about that.
They've got a show here in Griffin where I live, but I'm not on that.
Oh, okay.
But it's a big show, but I don't know who all's there.
Okay.
I know they have a big show Saturday night.
Okay. So now one of the fans also, the same fan, says Tommy should be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you say about that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, to say I wouldn't want to be, you know, that'd probably be a lie. I'd sure like to get the payback anyway. You know, but Drew Carey, I mean, I don't know, you know.
All right.
It is what it is. I don't think I ever have to worry about it anyway.
Well, it's not a worry. It would be an honor. So Fred wants to know, could you tell us when you teamed with Ricky Morton? I don't even remember you teamed with Ricky Morton.
The only time I ever teamed with Ricky, you know, every now and then we'd tag up together, but when we did the thing, when WCW turned me and Ricky Hill with Terry Taylor, we did the York Foundation.
Got it. Oh, right. Yes, I remember Alexandra York, Terry Runnels. Dominic D.
Yeah.
Dominic D says, Tommy, Ted DiBiase and Mr. Wrestling number 2, you know, I got to say it that way, 2, were the top baby faces in Georgia back in the early 80s on TBS. Can you talk about Ted DiBiase and 2?
Wrestling 2, man. I came in 79, and of course, Wrestling 2 was the top of his game then. And I mean, Wrestling 2 was when I came. I mean, I used to watch him down in New when I first started. I mean, it was Wrestling 2, Dirty Dick Slater. I used to watch him, and I'd say, dang, if I make that, I'd make big time. I'd already make big time because I was wrestling.
Yeah.
But back then, the cable, that was the big thing. And I remember watching Dickie and Bob Orton junior team together, and Wrestling 2 sticking the ball in Dickie's mouth. And, I just thought that was the greatest stuff in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great stuff. Josh, you had another question?
Well, this guy, chair shots to the crane.
Ted came in a little later. And of course, Ted, I mean, super people. I mean, you can't say nothing bad about him. Come from a wrestling background, great person. I mean, he's done well in his life. So God bless him.
Yeah, and what an incredible technical wrestler Ted DiBiase was.
Yes, he was. I mean, he was. He was a total package. He had the look. Come from wrestling, knew how to wrestle and talk. Had that smile. So yeah, Ted was good.
Well, I'm gonna say it like the fans down there would have said it to you. Ted should have been the champion. He should have. He should have had the NWA title.
Yep.
Yeah, he had it all.
He would have been a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
So we had this chair shots to the cranium. Says Tommy and Buzz was one of the greatest rivalries in professional wrestling.
Oh yeah.
So that's it's not a question, but something that it's always nice to hear, I suppose. Here's a question though from Jammin' Music Man. What is Tommy's favorite memories of working in USWA in Memphis?
Of course, deal right here under the ring has to be a good one. I mean, that was in the record books. Of course, I had a lot of fun when me and Doug Gilbert teamed up together, too.
I remember that.
Team with him. Me and Doug, we were there about the last leg of USWA. We worked with PT-13, Jamie Dundee and Wolfie D, and we drove some pretty good houses with them.
One fan here, and I don't remember this, he says, does Tommy Rich remember the Ric Flair angle? I'm not sure I know what he's talking about.
I'm not sure. We did a couple of things on TV, but we never did a big angle.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. One fan here says his dream match would be Tommy Rich against Greg Gagne.
Greg Gagne.
Yeah.
Me and Greg, that'd be a technical match.
Yeah, that would
have another question. This Fred character here. What are Tommy's thoughts on working with Lex Luger?
Yeah.
Working with him?
Lex Luger.
I'm sorry.
Lex Luger.
Oh, Lex.
That's right.
I enjoy working with Lex. He was very, a lot of people say what did wrong. But anyway, he was always respectful to me, and I had good matches with him. So, I never had no problem with him.
All right. So the bottom line on this whole thing, because the headline, we do headlines here, like with the magazines, and the headline of this show was, is Tommy Rich bitter? And you are not bitter about anything in your career, correct?
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, I have, some guys, and then some have a right, but if I did, I would be completely wrong because I have nothing to be sour at this business about. I've been very blessed with the greatest wrestling fans of all the sports in the country, and still remember me today. It don't get no better than that.
And you got a great family too.
Oh, blessed with a great family. God's good. God's good.
How long have you and your wife been together now?
June the 26th was 36 years, and we've been together. 39 years.
That's great. What's the secret? Was it being separated and on the road all the time? What's the secret of being married that long?
I was blessed with a wonderful wife.
Yeah. Now you said something to me before we end this that scared me a few years ago. You said that people had bet you'd be dead by now. That was like 5 years ago, and yet you're outliving everybody.
Yeah, I've been two beds. I've been the first one divorced and the first one dead.
Yeah.
And she's still kicking it, and the legs are still good. So,
Well, Tommy, I want to thank you so much for being on the Apter chat here and with Good Young JS here as well. And I know
Josh.
I will JS. So I will I'll be seeing you at some of the conventions, I'm sure, and we'll stay in touch. And
yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to say to your fans before we go?
Hey, I just want to thank them for the years of following, and to thank you for the years of putting up with me and keeping me up, you know. So anyway, y'all have a great night. Thanks to everybody.
Wait a minute. We just got a young lady just texted here, said, back in the day, I had a crush on Tommy Rich. I was so young, and my mother used to laugh at my crush. Her name is Jody Adley. Would you give her a over the phone hug, please?
I'm sorry.
I said, would you give her a hug over the phone here? She said she used to have a crush on you. All right. Sounds like brother love. All right, Tommy Rich, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You have enriched the lives of all the wrestling fans. So,
hey, thank everybody out there.
When you going to put me in that damn magazine, Bill Apter? It's my Tommy Rich image.
Somebody say something about it. Think you better?
We love you, Tommy. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was great. That was great. That was a lot of fun.
Great. That was great to talk to him.
That was a lot of fun. Well, at this point of the show, as you know, we go to the rankings. We already did the Wrestler of the Week. So what do you think of the choice of Rusev as Wrestler of the Week?
It's hard to argue. I mean, this week, Rusev, I mean, first of all, we can't, the coincidence of the fact that he's Wrestler of the Week here on a Thursday, which happens to fall on Rusev Day.
Of course.
I mean, that is just, that's crazy. Yeah. But no, Rusev, this is nice to see Rusev and AJ Styles getting that opportunity against AJ Styles.
And I have a feeling that Rusev, with the popularity that he has amassed, might become a champion fairly soon.
I wouldn't complain.
Yeah. And you know what? I wouldn't either, because I think right now he would have been great. And I've mentioned this before on other shows and on this show before you were contracted here, Good Young JS, that Rusev would have been an incredible opponent for Bruno Sammartino. A 3-match program with Bruno.
That would have been interesting.
He was the type of opponent that Bruno would have wrestled perfectly with.
Oh, so you were making good points back in the Dark Ages before I came along.
Dark Ages. I got a bad back from getting out of covered wagons. Speaking about covered wagons, we're not living in a covered wagon here.
No, we're here
we do follow everything. We are getting ready right now to go to good old Travis.
Howdy, fans. This is Old T Volts coming at you for the legendary Bill Apter.
That's in my contract.
Hey, fans, if you want to support my ventures, check out the loneliest Facebook group on Facebook. It is known as the Pro Wrestling Newsstand. Now, how about those Raw Top 10 rankings?
Let's go.
Coming in at number 10, don't hinder Jinder Mahal.
That's cool.
Number 9, a loser in a tag match with strange tag fellow Baron Corbin. We're talking Finn Balor. Number 8, ain't he great? Drew McIntyre.
Now, by the way, Finn Balor hurt his backside this week.
Oh.
Yes, he's injured.
Oh.
He's injured. It was all over the internet. Drew McIntyre is getting very scary to me. Very scary looking.
He's I knew Drew well back in the day.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
Used to travel with him. And he's a force to be reckoned with.
But what he looks
this is
like
a different
now,
guy than the guy I knew.
Not
this
the same.
is a different guy.
Let's continue here.
Now, I want you to go back and watch Drew McIntyre's facial.
Where did he go?
Maybe he got scared by Drew.
I don't know.
I think he was talking about, it doesn't seem to be playing there, but I think he was talking about Drew McIntyre's facials and just the look on his face with the hair hanging down and the beard and everything.
Travis has frozen. Wow. We're going to have to, you know what? We'll come back.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Let's go out of this. This is what I love about technology. Okay, let's see.
Howdy, fans. This is Old T Volts coming at you in Finn Balor. Number 8, ain't he great? Drew McIntyre. Now, I want you to go back and watch Drew McIntyre's facials during the Intercontinental title match.
Drew face?
Absolutely tremendous. Number 7, and Feeling Glorious, belongs to Bobby Roode. Number 6, winner in his tag match, Kevin Owens.
By the way, did you see that Kevin Owens got to meet one of his heroes this
Yeah.
week? Shania Twain.
On stage. What do you feel about that?
Oh, I love
Yeah.
I'm very jealous. You people watching this, if you don't know who Shania Twain is, she changed country music like Vince McMahon changed wrestling to sports entertainment. She made country music modern and hot.
That's a pretty good compliment.
Yeah, that's true.
Number 5, won his tag match and giving the big dog.
He doesn't want to tell
I
us.
think this is what happens when we keep cutting them off here.
Yeah, it's buffering, I guess. And yet that doesn't happen with the Gonzo Shark.
Well, he can breathe underwater. It's
okay. We're gonna try. We're gonna try this one more time, Travis. It's probably my buffering.
Howdy, 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 fans! This is Old T Volts coming at you. Glorious belongs to Bobby Roode.
We won't stop you.
Number 6, winner in his tag match, Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Shania's here.
Number 5, won his tag match and giving the big dog trouble, Bobby Lashley. Number 4, losing his tag match, Roman Reigns. What is with all the tag matches and multi-person matches in professional wrestling? Fans, do you think it's too much? Whatever happened to good old-fashioned singles match?
Oh, I pressed the
that
wrong
one you
button
did
here.
on purpose.
No.
Howdy, howdy, howdy,
Well,
fans. This is
fun.
all the tag matches and multi-person matches in professional wrestling. Fans, do you think it's too much? Whatever happened to good old-fashioned singles matches? All right, moving on. Coming in at number 3, winning his rematch via disqualification, Seth Rollins. That, of course, leads us with number 2, who lost a tremendous rematch via disqualification, your Intercontinental Champion, still Dolph Ziggler. That leaves us with the number 1 spot, the winner in, tag team match, Braun Strowman. Here's another question. Where in the heck is Universal Champion Brock Lesnar?
Really?
He is atop of the heap,
title.
technically, but how about officially?
Yeah.
More on that another time. That's it for me, folks. Hit up the comment section right here below with some feedback for me. But until then, back to you, Bill.
Well, thank you, Travis Volts. And you can find Travis on Facebook and on Twitter. Strip Brock Lesnar of the title. He doesn't defend it. It's really, to me, it's demeaning. It really is.
I disagree. I think right now, Brock Lesnar
says right here, you can disagree.
Oh, finally, something in this contract that benefits me.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar, I think at this point in time, he's sitting back. He's waiting for competition. Bobby Lashley put it best on Raw this week that maybe he doesn't want to come back because he doesn't want to have to keep facing the same guy that he's been beating every single time for the last 3 years.
Yeah, but the WWE's got to make him defend that title. It's been a long time.
Hey, I can tell you from personal experience now what it's like to have a special contract. I don't know what it's like to have one that completely works in your favor, but I do think that Brock Lesnar does.
Okay, so I want to do something right now. I mentioned to you people out there that I do a contest when I do my one-man show. And part of that contest, and Josh has no idea I was going to do this, but it says here I can be as spontaneous. Part of the contest, would you do me a favor and get up? And you see the Taz singlet over there hanging on the wall?
I won that?
No. I need you to go over and
we need I need an assistant.
So you people have no idea what's coming, and neither does he. All right. So don't come back here with it. Just kind of, okay, come forward right there. Come that way just a little bit. In my show, I have a contest with 2 people to see how long it would take a normal human being, don't start yet, to put on a Taz singlet. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I've never done this before in Apter's Alley. So hold on, Josh. We have to make sure we can do this first. Okay, hopefully you can all see Josh here. Yes. Okay. So move over that way just a little bit. No, the other way. I'm sorry. The other way. Yeah. So we're going to do right now to see how long, and I don't have a stopwatch here, how long it takes Josh Good Young JS to get into a Taz singlet. So does somebody out there have a stopwatch out there watching? If you do, set it up, and I will try and figure out. Every week we're going to do a challenge for Josh here. So this is you cool with this? Okay, I'm glad you are. That's great.
Choice.
All right, so here we go. When I say action, you ready?
Yeah.
Lights, camera, action.
Right. This is not appropriate. I wouldn't be wearing shoes doing this.
7, 8,
Oh
9,
my goodness.
10,
There we
11,
go.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16. In 19 seconds. That is
There we go.
great. 19. So wait a minute. I do have a prize for you. 19 seconds. That's incredible. There's a poll down here in Apter's Alley that once in a while, if I have somebody argue with,
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. You all right?
Got me right in there.
It's actually a water poll. So, but I do have a. Hold on there. I do have a prize for you. Let me find it.
There's no way that was.
And I give these prizes. I give these prizes out. I give these prizes out at my one-man show, and this is direct from Walmart.
Oh,
From Walmart, an incredible cardboard WWE belt.
wow.
Congratulations, John.
I want to say thank you for the belt and the singlet. I will cherish both.
No,
of
you
them.
don't keep the singlet. That goes to England with me for my one-man show. All right, so get changed and come on back, and let's sit down and let's sit down and talk here. All right, that's the first time I've.
Just keep this on.
If you'd like to, sure, you can keep it on for the rest of the show. Have a seat. There's a story behind that, by the way, because it's autographed. And we're back at home base here. So the story behind this,
Yes.
is the you really.
Are we out of focus?
We are out of focus. Hold on a minute.
See if we can,
That's a Microsoft webcam. There we go.
There we are.
See, from my photography days, I know how to do that. So this is great. So you're now a champ.
I beg your pardon.
But this, don't go begging here. So Taz did sign us. Let me see where the it's signed. It might be on the back.
On the
here.
back.
Yeah. Would you mind turning around?
Yeah, can I?
I
haven't done enough.
It says to Bill and PWI, thank you for your support and help all through all the years. And it's signed Taz on 1998.
Can I ask you a question? How did he fit into this thing?
Well, this is when I do my contest. Most people, it takes most people a minute and a half to 2 minutes to get into this. You did record time. So now he's the time to beat on my one-man show.
It's not my first singlet.
I'll
tell you, it's my first time putting a singlet on while wearing shoes.
No, you did well. But I might bring this to StarCast at the convention and do this there as well.
If I could have my notes back, I had a little segment of my own that I'd like to bring up if you don't mind.
I'm willing to.
So I've been scouring the earth in professional wrestling, and I'm looking for the next breakout star in professional wrestling. And I'm calling this segment, So Says Chernoff, the future of professional wrestling pick of the week.
JS.
So Says Chernoff. And my future professional wrestling pick of the week.
Hold on. I'm going to let you have center stage here.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Welcome to So Says Chernoff. My future of professional what's happening here? My future of
showing people around Apter's Alley.
My future of professional wrestling seems to be.
Okay. Go right ahead.
My future of professional wrestling pick of the week is none other than The Solution, Dave Sagan.
Whoa. Who?
The Solution, Dave Sagan. He is
wait. What? He's the solution to what?
Well, he's the solution to any problem that professional wrestling might have. That's what he's a solution to.
What's his name?
Dave Sagan.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he like a kid at Upper Dublin High School in Thresher, Pennsylvania?
You must be thinking of somebody else. I don't know. All I know is that he is a part of the New Impact Players, a moniker given to them by Just Incredible. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to need to look this up, and we can take this up next week because I never heard. Who is Dave Sagan?
Well, he's the Solution.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
Well, then you haven't been paying attention.
No, I
because
pay
the Solution.
attention to the Indies.
Well, right now he's a pretty big star in Texas.
Okay.
And everything's big in Texas, or bigger in Texas, or whatever it is they say over there. I'm from Philly, so Texas. But the fact of the matter is, Dave Sagan is the solution to a lot of the problems in professional wrestling.
Never heard of him. Never heard of him. There was a kid
That's
named
your
Dave
loss.
Sagan that went to school and didn't he? Hold on with the belt.
Is
Another
this
one?
in my contract too?
Another one? Yeah. Didn't he wrestle for? Didn't you have the Teenage Wrestling Federation?
Well, I had the Teenage Wrestling Foundation, and then I had the Wrestling Federation, TWF.
Wasn't he
When
one
I-
of the
when I came of
flunky- I
age.
mean, one of the wrestlers for you?
I think we're breaking kayfabe here. Yeah. Dave Sagan back then was named the future Dave Sagan. But then the future arrived, which is now. So he can't be the future if he's the now. And the now Dave Sagan didn't really work. So he started looking around and saying, there's all these problems. Look at it. That guy's not showing. We need someone to win this match here. We need somebody to be a champion, an upstanding member of the Professional Wrestling Society. We have your solution, Dave Sagan.
That's it.
So look him up, everybody.
We'll look him up. And yes, you have this segment every week, an upcoming indie star.
Absolutely.
Every week.
Every
And
single
what are you
week.
calling this segment?
So says Chernoff, future professional wrestling pick of the week.
Meantime, somebody is calling here on the Apter line. Hello? Hello? This is Stacy from Dealer Processing. Hold on.
Warranty is expired on your vehicle. Is that right?
Stacy, I don't know if I've.
So your vehicle is actually
She said fantastic.
Stacy, we are in the
Stacey?
middle of So Says Chernoff, future
Stacy.
professional wrestling star pick of the week.
Stacy was very. I love these robocalls.
Yeah, I don't think she
sounded
is familiar with the.
she
That's
sound-
you're in good company
She
because
sounded very hot though.
I beg your pardon.
Didn't she? She sounded very hot. I still flirt.
If you're into the robotic women,
Well, she did. That's exactly my type. Right now, so moving on here, but no, I do like this segment. So next week you will come up with another independent pick.
absolutely.
Right. So we have an indie pick. If you people would like to send in an indie pick, they can send it right to your Twitter.
They can send it to my Twitter at So Says Chernoff.
Spell that. So says. It might be SEZ.
SOSAYS SHERNOFF. That's
Okay.
right. Don't put a C in my name. Put one on your. Wait, that
All right.
doesn't
No,
work.
we're not going to do that.
That doesn't work.
So right now we do need to get into the waters here, and you know what time it is right now. Not
It's
7:53. It is, but it's time to go to the Gonzo Shark, and we're going to see if he freezes up as well.
Humanoids
Gonzo?
of the Earth. This is Gonzo Shark reporting.
Now we're going to stop right there just to see. Gonzo Shark, by the way, has a new show out. If you follow him on Twitter, I can't mention the name of the show because it's not PG, but follow him. Okay, let's get to the ratings, Gonzo Shark.
For Bill Apter's Pro Wrestling Video Magazine podcast.
All right, that's us.
And I am here to give you this week's top 10 rankings for the women's division of the WWE and the men's SmackDown Live division.
Oh,
Okay.
Biggie.
So I'm going to keep up with
Big
the
E.
same format and be a gentleman and put the woman first. And I may add that this week I did not feel like Raw and SmackDown were quite up to par.
Excuse me. The Cow Championship Office Wrestling belt belongs over there. Or on my shoulder. No, would you please put it back? I'm very sensitive about that. I'd appreciate you putting it back. Thank you. Let's get back to the rankings. Well, we're going to have to start Gonzo back all over again here. Okay, Gonzo, go for it. Gonzo's freezing
I think
again.
we have to get out of it. Well,
Hold on. No, just wait a minute. Wait a minute. We will get right back to Gonzo Shark here.
Humanoids of the Earth. This is Gonzo Shark reporting
All right.
for Bill, host of the leader of the Riot Squad, Rubi Riot. Number 7 goes to a woman who pulled off quite the upset win over the Raw Women's Champion this week, Alexa Bliss. But she did get a little bit of an assist from Nia Jax, talking about Natalya.
Yes.
At number 6 is a woman who pulled off a great win on SmackDown Live this week. Been very impressed with her performances as of late. I've always been a fan of hers, and I hope that they start to do a little bit more with her and give her a little bit more of a push up that ladder because she's such a great talent.
Who's that?
I'm talking about straight fire Becky Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
She gets number 6 this week. Number 5 for the second week in a row is former Raw Women's Champion Nia Jax.
Okay.
At number 4 is the one who skyrocketed herself in the rankings this week. She showed a little bit more of her mean streak. She showed a little bit more of her serious side. And there was a lot less hugs and a lot less nonsense. So number 4, after a great showing on Raw, goes to Bayley.
Yes.
Number 3, for the second week in a row, is the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka.
Okay.
Number 2, just as she always is, the Princess of Staten Island, SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Carmella.
Very impressive.
And at number 1, for the second week in a row, the new Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss.
That's my
Okay,
girl.
so no, my girl too. I think so.
You have Bailey as your girl.
I can have 2 girls.
Oh.
And a robot. But
What's your wife have to say about this?
we may have to back up on this and just take this back. It made me really upset that Bayley, she's got this fire in her. I knew her back when she was in California as an indie wrestler. Davina Rose.
Oh.
Yeah, for Big Time Wrestling. And she's always been very passionate. She's been getting the bad breaks. And it felt so good for me to see all the venom coming out of her. And then she's like, well, next week, Kurt Angle said, you're going to be put into therapy.
Of course.
Why? Let her go. What's wrong with being what's
unhinged?
Wrong with unhinged? Yeah, that's the right word. Great word.
Well,
what's wrong
with being unhinged? By definition alone, you are no longer hinged.
Shouldn't Braun Strowman then be in therapy?
Yes.
Really?
Don't tell him I said so.
So rather than fighting their guts out, they should be in some doctor's office being.
I think that if they are a danger to other competitors, that when it is not bell to bell, then perhaps they should have to seek a little bit of professional help.
I don't buy it. All right, let's get out of here and go to Gonzo Shark.
Humanoids of the Earth. This is great showing on Raw. Goes to Bayley. Number 3
just happened to
time because he's awesome.
See you on the couch.
Number 9, butt whooped. Xavier Woods. You get number 10. Sorry, buddy.
Number 10. Okay.
Number 9 is a guy that I really hope they start doing more with him, and I hope they get him back in the ring and they give him more TV time because he's awesome. Number 9 is Andrade Cien Almas. And number 8 is a newcomer. Just came up from NXT, former TNA star. He is the leader of the Sanity faction, who I think they are pretty cool. They're starting to grow on me a little bit. Number 8 goes to Eric Young.
Now that's a guy who's
number 7 is a guy who just barely slipped out of a loss this week. One half of the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, Luke Harper. At number 6, dropping down a spot from last week, WWE's favorite mouthpiece, The Miz. At number 5 is Daniel Bryan. And what a SmackDown Live it was seeing him reunite with Kane.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That was a great moment.
Never thought I'd see that.
Yeah.
Number 4, the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship, Rusev Day, baby. Number 3
all agreed
goes to
on
the
that.
artist, Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 2 goes to the United States champion, Jeff Hardy. And number 1, just as he has been every single week, is the WWE champion, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And that does it for the rankings.
For now.
I gave you guys a little bit of an insight last week to the fact that we have a new YouTube channel. Me and my lifelong best friend, we have a new show. I didn't tell you the name of it, but I am going to tell you it's called the AWO Show.
Right.
that is not necessarily the whole name of the show. AWO stands for something, but like I said, it's inappropriate for this podcast, so I'm not going to say it. But if you type in the AWO show on YouTube, you will find our channel, and you could subscribe, and that would be great. You'd be doing us a huge favor. You can also find me on Twitter at Gonzo Shark 1 and on Instagram, the Gonzo Shark. And you can also look for all of my material at onewrestling.com. Every Friday, the Impact Wrestling Report. Bill will post that every Friday for me on onewrestling.com.
That's true.
And you can also find my other material at wrestlingwithwrestling.com and Vince Russo's The Brand. So I want to thank you guys for listening to the rankings. I hope you enjoy the rest of the legendary Bill Apter's podcast. And until next time, this is the Gonzo Shark checking out.
Swimming out.
I can't help but notice that none of these guys are mentioning me.
Well, you've just been doing this like 3 weeks.
3 whole weeks?
Yeah. 3 episodes here. So good young JS.
Josh, I wanted to ask you a question. Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Yes.
Did you like that?
Yeah, it was good. It was
like when they hugged it out?
Yeah, it was a surprise.
Yeah, it was pretty good when they hugged it out. You know where they learned that?
Where
to hug it out?
Therapy. Oh, Bailey. Okay, we're not getting into this again. Do you have a match of the week?
A match of the week?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Okay, well, I've got
one. Dave Sagan did have a...
no, we're not Dave Sagan. No. Who is Dave Sagan? Why are we talking about him? So, match of the week for me this week was Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. That could have been a main event in any building, anywhere in the world, and a hot pay-per-view event. They found 2 guys who wrestle each other perfectly, Ziggler and Seth Rollins.
I'm going to have to agree with you on this one, Bill.
And Drew McIntyre, you're the monster. McIntyre against Braun Strowman.
That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I would like to see.
Yes.
You know.
All right. Tell people we're getting ready to leave so you can all catch Impact. We should look at a few more of your questions, not to be rude. Let's see. What are the chances that James Storm will sign with WWE? Who knows? He was there for a little while, and I think he's happy.
You know, I heard an interesting thing. I heard that AJ Styles' entrance music was originally for James Storm.
I had heard that too, but
I can't even picture.
We had heard. We don't know. Okay, we've done a zillion Richard Bain.
Why is Becky Lynch not getting a bigger push, Bill, from Richard Bain? Oh, we didn't want to do more Richard Bain.
You know what? No, wait. We can't discuss that. Remember, kayfabe. We can't discuss that. Sorry. Next question here. Talked to him before the show. Mm-hmm. No, I'm just joking. I don't know why she's not getting a bigger push. She should be.
She's on TV.
Oh, look, Global War says JS, the solution is Braun Strowman or the Bike Club.
Okay.
So, Josh, that's to you. Oh, JS, the solution.
The solution is Braun Strowman or the Bike Club. Well,
yes.
Braun Strowman or the... you know what? I'm going to issue on behalf of Dave Sagan a challenge to Braun Strowman. I don't even know the Bike Club.
I don't need Dave Sagan at this point here. Ryan Bowman from the Gorilla Position in New York. That wouldn't even be the strangest outfit on the subway.
You must be talking about Bill.
And I ride the subway. No, we're talking about your Taz thing. Thank you, Ryan. And by the way, Ryan, we'd like to have you on live maybe next week to do the rest of the week instead of recording it, and then we can ask you how to pronounce Michael's last name properly.
Yeah, and also, Ryan, don't feel obligated to leave my name out
of
his intro.
Okay, you can put his name in as good young JS.
So a lot of people. Somebody Global War says asking me to get up.
Where were we looking?
Right there.
Oh, Josh. Well, that's probably when I asked you to get up to.
Oh, how long ago are these? Oh.
So yeah, these are old. All right. Anyway.
Sure enough, an Apter for the Raw Tag Team titles at Extreme Rules. I'll manage them. Ryan.
Can I have the belt?
Yeah. Man. I like where your head's at.
Book it.
I wouldn't mind carrying Bill to a championship.
Book it. But no, I would take you to the championship.
Well, I guess I am a paper champion.
One Wrestling. Travis Volt. for OneWrestlingVideo.com. This is Bill Apter and
Josh.
Good
Shark.
Young JS. Is wrestling fixed?
I didn't know it was broken.
We'll see you at the matches. That was a lot of fun. That was great. That was my favorite show.
I had a blast. I was the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm
great.
going, oh God, I hope Bill's liking what I'm doing.
That was great.